Happy Wednesday night and welcome to our weekly crafty session. My name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent demonstrator here in Southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I'm so excited to be with you. Welcome and welcome to my happy space, aka my craft room. You will find me in here lots you will find me in here a lot of times, and one of my favorite things to do is craft and listen to music and share my creations with you. Popping on just around 8 so Facebook can let you know I've gone live, and that gives me a good chance to check my setting. Today is March 20th, and if you're watching live, you're going to see the red live button up top, and if you're watching on the replay, shout out to the replay warriors. Please like, comment, and share. Interact with me, comment, talk with me during this Facebook Live. That's how we get to know each other. And if you have crafty friends, invite them to our crafty sessions. I always go live on Wednesday nights around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I pick a product of the week, and then I share with you a project we created together, and then I share samples that I've created all week with that product. So tonight, I'm actually sharing a product that is from the annual catalog. And if you are like in the paper crafting world and you follow Stampin' Up, you would have seen many demonstrators last week at our onstage event in Houston, oh my God, I got Ontario on my brain. Houston, Texas, and they got to see the brand new catalog. Well, I'm lucky enough that my coworker went and she did share it with me. So here is the brand new catalog. This is a 2024 catalog. I cannot share the inside with you. It is a very different layout catalog, but it is beautiful, and I cannot wait to dive in and share projects with you. Hello, Debbie. How are you tonight? But tonight we're going to be using a project from our annual catalog. So our annual catalog will retire on April 30th. And Stampin' Up! Has just put out the last chance list. But that last chance list doesn't actually start, discounts don't start till April 9th. But a lot of things are already in low inventory, especially if you're looking for re-inkers. So I'm excited to share that with you. I cannot wait to dive into the new catalog. But before we dive into the new catalog, we got a lot of things in the old catalog in the January to April that we need to share still. So this week, I am sharing with you a stamp set that I have been eyeing out for the last year. And I kept thinking, oh, I should get it. I really like it. I like what demonstrators are doing. I haven't really seen Stampin' Up! Use a stamp set like this before. And I was lucky enough to borrow it from my teammates, Ashley and Laura. They're a mother-daughter team on my team. Anyways, they had it and I said, can I borrow it? And they said, absolutely. So this is the stamp set we are using tonight, which is, their name is in it, but it's called Supremely Awesome, and it is a great pizza set. So tonight we're going to make a gift card holder, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to do that. And then I'm going to share with you some samples that I've made with this project. So let's dive right in. I'm going to flip my camera and we're going to get started. Chat with me. Tell me how your day was, how the weather's like. I'm going to tell you here in Southwestern Ontario. I don't know what Mother Nature is doing. Last week it was March break. And a week ago, Monday, it was like 17, 18, 9, like in between 17 and 20 degrees Celsius. It was beautiful. Like it was still cool, but beautiful. Like I had the windows open, letting that fresh air in. Today, it has been snow squalls, freezing cold. The wind gusts are unreal. And I don't know what's going on. Like 1 minute I was looking out my window and it was sunny. The next minute I was looking out, I couldn't even see across the street. Like it was just crazy. But on days like that, it's a good day to stay in your craft room, get a hot chocolate, grab yourself a snack, and let's create. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right, so I'm gonna flip my camera, and you're gonna see my blinds. I wish you could show you outside because it's dark right now, but it is crazy weather out there. Let me thumbs up if you're here, if you can see my screen. I think it all looks good. So I'm just gonna put this here as what we are using tonight. Supremely Awesome. It is a cling stamp set, and sadly this stamp set is retiring. So if you like the projects you see tonight, you're gonna want to purchase it sooner than later. In the past, Stampin' Up! Used to guarantee their stamp sets to 2 weeks out of a retiring catalog, but the last few years they've just said while supplies last. So if once it sells out, it sells out. You could head to my blog, which is www.stampwithanne.com. I will be posting to it. I've been trying to do like 3 to 4 times a week. And if you click shop now, it'll take you to my online store, and you can use this host code. And anyone who shops with me here in Canada, I can ship from the East Coast to the West Coast. You will get a card in the mail from me, and if you spend over $50, you get an embellishment, and you also get a circle towards my free rewards. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to quickly show you the project we are making. I think that is fun because people want to know what they're making. So this is what we're making. It is a cute little gift card holder, and we're going to make that. This is Azure Afternoon. It's probably a color I have not used, but I'll tell you how I got to this color. I was looking through my pattern paper, and I was thinking, like, what the heck can I use? And I decided to go with the Bright Designer Series paper, 6x6. And the neat thing about this paper is you get a full collection. I love this pattern, and I love the polka dots. Now, here's another tip. All of the assorted 6x6 Designer Series paper in the color families are all retiring. There's going to be new patterns in the 2024 annual catalog. So as I was looking through here, I was like, I really want a fun color. What should I use? And I chose Azure Afternoon because I have never used that before. So that is the color we are using. And as you can see, I didn't really use Designer Series paper on there, but I did on my other projects from that pack of paper. But I decided that this would just be a fun color to use. All right, so let's get started. We have, and I'm actually just going to put this up here so you guys can see it. I'm watching for comments that come up on my iPad. If I don't see you, know that I will go back and answer you after the video. Okay, we are using, your measurements are going to be a thick white cardstock. It is going to be 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. I can tell you there will be just like everything in the world, prices are going up. There is a price increase coming in the 2024 annual catalog. And if you follow me on social media, I will be sharing a post of what will be price increasing. I can tell you cardstock is one of them. So now is a great time to stock up on that. Okay, so I have a piece of Azure Afternoon, and it is 4 1/4 by 5.5. I have a piece of white that's 3 1/4 by 4, and then I have another piece of white that is 2 3/4 by 4. We're going to set those aside for now, and I'm going to set this aside. This is the one I want to use. I'm just going to grab, I have just a grid paper here. We're going to grab the Azure Afternoon ink pad. Like I said, it's probably the first time I've used it. Well, second, because I used it on this project. And I'm going to grab a block here. And we're just going to do some random stamping. This is what I call random stamping, where you just kind of randomly, no right or wrong. You can turn them in, just we want to put that spoon and spatula. I don't know about you, but I love to bake, and I do like to make new recipes, but lately I've been in a funk. I really should get back into baking. I do enjoy it. It's finding the time. I think that's the problem. It's finding the time. Maybe I just need to make time. Anyways, I would love to know, do you love to bake? Do you love to cook? I love my friends who I'll share what they're making, and they make homemade pizzas, and they look so good. I think that should be a goal. I also see a lot of people lately on sourdough, like they're making their own sourdough, and they're making sourdough pizza. And I was like, what? That would be so yummy. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to set that aside. And while I have this blue out, I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to use this checkered piece here. And this checkered stamp. I'm going to get a big block out here. I'm just going to put that down. Anyways, but I do love pizza. Pizza is one of my favorite things. I would love to know, what kind of pizza do you like? We have a great pizza place in town. I have to tell you, I live in a small little town, and I don't even know what the population is. I want to say like 14,000. Like, it's a very tiny town. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 pizza places. Like, I'm like, how do we even and they're all different ones, but there's one that is my favorite, and I go there all the time for pizza because I just love their pizza. It's so good. All right, so I'm going to close this ink pad because I've already got ink on my fingers, and yeah, just go like that. Okay, we are going to start assembling our project. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it. Just taking my scissors. These used to be our old craft scissors. When I first started with Stampin' Up, the rubber, when you got a stamp set, the rubber was uncut and you had to cut your images out. I was like, always remember, and I was so grateful when Stampin' Up changed that for us. I was like, yes. So these were like our crafting. These were good for cutting those rubber stamps. Yeah. I've been a demonstrator for 17 years and I've seen a lot of changes and it's been pretty interesting. Okay, so we are going to get, let me find, just make sure, yep, we're going to get my big piece here. So I am going to put this here. Let's secure that down. And I'm going to leave it just up a little bit like this. And I'm just going to turn it over and flip it. I want to leave my grid here for a minute because I'm going to show you a cool technique. Okay, so I am taking our basic black Stampin' Write marker. These are our new marker styles. The new style has like a journaling tip pen, and the other one has a brush tip. So I'm going to use our marker and I'm going to do what is called like flicking. So it's almost like you're taking a paintbrush and you're like splattering paint on the wall. We're going to do that with this because I want to give, this to me is very white and I want to add a little bit of speckle in the background. So I'm going to take my lid, I'm going to take my marker. So my marker is going to be in my right hand, the lid's going to be in my left, and I'm literally just going to pull down. And as I pull down, I get this little bit of flecking or speckles on my page. Oops, I just did that. Okay, so once again, I have marker all over me. I need to get baby wipes or something. So you can see how I just added that little bit of speckle in the background. So it makes it more look like nice little wallpaper or something like that. We're going to set that aside, okay? I'm going to bring in just a piece of paper. I'm going to bring in Memento ink. Memento ink is my go-to black, especially if I am using our stamping blends, and we are using stamping blends tonight. And I am going to get this guy here, the little pizza guy. So if I look at stamp sets and think, oh, Stampin' Up has never really had a pizza set, and I like to make pizza cards or maybe a pizza scrapbook page. Maybe you went to visit Italy and you had some great pizza over there or some place and you wanted to make a scrapbook page. This would probably be the stamp set you would want to purchase. It's one of those stamp sets you keep in your collection because you know Stampin' Up hasn't come out with one before. And you think, oh, will Stampin' Up come out with it again? So that's how I look at things. And it has great, so I'll just, it has this, the pizza, you got the pizza of my heart, you're supremely awesome, and together we make a deluxe. So you could do like anniversary, Valentine's Day, and then you could just do this for anyone who you thought was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna leave this here for a minute. We're just gonna do some quick coloring, and then I'm gonna fussy cut him out. Okay, so we are using our stamping blends, and I am going to start with, oh, actually, hold on. I meant to I grabbed the wrong color. So the one thing I like about Stampin' Up is everything coordinates. You can go from designer series paper to cardstock to ink to ribbon to blends. They all match. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to color his hands. I am using Petal Pink. And sometimes I will use the light and the dark. Tonight I'm just going to use the dark. Color him in here. It's a good flesh color if you're looking for, so that's Petal Pink is your color you want. Alright, then I'm going to come in with, oops, I forgot to grab, put smoky. I was tidying up for my projects, my Facebook Live last night with my team, and I thought, oh, I put together the right, and then I put it away. So I'm using Smoky Slate. Just gonna do a little bit here and highlight it in. To make it look like the metal tray, you know, that they have. My crust is going to be crumb cake. I'm going to use a light and a dark because sometimes our crust on our pizza is burnt. I'm not a fan of burnt pizza crust. I don't know about you. I would love to know what your favorite pizza kind is. I do love like a good fashion pepperoni. I do like the deluxe depending on what's on it, but my favorite lately has been pepperoni, bacon, and ham. That's good too. Okay, so then I want to color in the cheese, so I'm going to do a little bit of the dark daffodil, and then I'm going to come in with the light daffodil. Because sometimes your cheeses are, you know, some cheese is dark, some is light. Then I'm going to come in with just the light real red for our pepperonis. Okay, there's our pepperonis. And then I'm going to actually use the color that we used of our cardstock. So I am using the Azure Afternoon blends. So that's what I love, that everything coordinates. It goes from, you know, cardstock to everything. When I first started crafting, paper crafting, I got into scrapbooking. I was at a scrapbook crop, or I moved into our neighborhood and I met some people who scrapbooked, and I loved it. I loved the idea. So I started doing it. We went to a scrapbooking crop, which I was totally overwhelmed. And there was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she was doing a make and take, and they're like, let's go do it. And I was like, are you kidding me? I just started scrapbooking. Like, what? Stamps? That's a whole new world that I don't even need to know about. Anyways, little did I know that I needed to know about that world. We went back to the scrapbooking crop again, and this person was there, and I decided to try it. And as soon as I put the stamp in my hand and inked it up, I was in instant love. I was like, oh my gosh, this is love. And I decided that I was going to buy myself an alphabet set and an couple ink pads, and the rest is history. That's how I kind of got into this. And like I said, I've been doing this for 17 years, and I can't imagine life without it. I'll be 17 years in May. It's so funny because I said to my girls, my family the other day when my coworker dropped me off the new catalog so I could look at it. She's like, I've seen it. You can browse through it. And I said to my girls, you grew up as a Stampin' Up! Kid. What do you guys think of this new cover? And they were like, wow, it looks neat. Like, and then they were looking through the catalog. It's just so funny to hear their perspective because they are young, and yeah, so it was neat to say. So I'm just cutting this out. I really need to keep this close to me because if not, I might chop off his leg. So I'm just using my paper snips, and I'm literally just, let's see if I can bring it into the thing here. Just kind of following around. I like to leave a little bit of a white edge around the black. Okay. Along that pizza guy. So I feel like this gift card is like a fun fancy fold. I've been really doing I've really been enjoying fancy fold or mystery stamping. I have a fun fancy fold to show you that I did with my team last night on our stamp and chat. So the one thing about being a demonstrator is like the community is priceless. Like I can't imagine my life without my team and without my Stampin' Up! Community. Okay, I often think, wow, I met you because of stamp paper, like ink stamps and paper. It's just crazy. All right, so there is my guy. I do want to show you, I was playing around on the weekend coloring, and I colored it like this, and my friend was here, and I was like, what do you think? And she's like, I think I like the white better. I would love to know, do you like option A or option B? Do you like how it's colored in, or do you like him when he's white? Just curious, let me know. Okay, let's bring our card in. Okay, so here's our card front, our card base. Here's our card front, here's our card base. I am actually going to wait, so let's just hear that down. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to build this part. I'm gonna put this guy, but we're gonna do this part first. So we're creating is a gift card holder. So we wanna be able to slide it up. So this, I'm going to put it like this, just so we can kind of see it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it around. Now this idea this layout was inspired by my friend Allison here in Canada. Allison Sylvain Ideas. Okay, I'm going to just measure because I think I have too big here. So these are our adhesive strips, and they come like this, a foam adhesive, and you can easily just cut the size you need. So I'm literally just making sure that I have enough space on either side, and I'm just going to measure to make sure I have enough here. Okay. And we're gonna put this, so you need about 8 hands to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on this side. So what it's doing is just it's gonna pop it up on our card, but I'm giving that chance for my card to slide down. I wanted to give a little bit of space here at the bottom because we're going to create a little thing right here. So it just has the little bit of where it can stop so it can't go any further. Okay, so let's put these away. So as I said, you get a pack. They're adhesive foam sheets. And they are 9 1/4 by 2 3/4. That's the length. So they're pretty cool if you like those things. All right, so let's pull this. We're gonna pull this off. Oh, actually, before I do that, we need to do one more thing. I am using a 1-inch circle, so whatever circle size you want. You could measure. I'm just literally going to eyeball it and just making a little notch, so that helps pull that this gift card holder up. Okay, so we're going to pull this off and pull this one and this one. Okay, now we're just gonna put this down and make sure we're somewhat centered. Okay, so there. We're going to pop up our pizza man. And I'll just put one down here on his leg. So I'm just gonna cut these in half. These are our dimensionals. Every craft room needs dimensionals. Trust me. They are like, I use them all the time. I always laugh because I have some demonstrator friends that will go through like a pack on just one card or one sheet. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so many dimensionals. They're like, you can never have enough dimensionals, Anne. I'm like, yes, you're right. Okay. We're going to put that down there like that. So he's just sitting. Now, we're going to take this white, and I have a little piece of, this is the sheer ribbon that is in our annual catalog. And it is Azured Afternoon, so it matches. I'm just going to grab in, any stapler would do. My friend Missy gave me this when I promoted to gold. Isn't that beautiful? Every time I use it, I think of my friend Missy. She lives in the US. Okay, so then you're going to put this in, and then you can just slide it up, okay? But first, we have to put it on the back of this card. Now, I tend not to put things on the inside of my cards because I do sell my cards now, and a lot of my customers and friends like their cards to be blanked on the inside because then they can write their own message. So, there it is. So I thought this would be cute because I was going to put like a birthday card, but maybe someone wanted to use it as a thank you card, so I left it blank. But I do have, I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to put a little adhesive there. I do have, just so you can see, a gift card to our local pizza place here in town. Isn't that cute? So then you could have like this little spot for your gift card, and then you could open it up and write your message, like maybe someone did something really nice for you and just wanted to thank them. But I thought it was what a neat way to give a gift to somebody. But the big thing is, take this idea and run with it. You could make this like this layout for a birthday card. You could use this for a Christmas card. You know, maybe you wanted to give like anything. Like you could use this style of layout for anything. So there is our project for tonight, showcasing the supremely awesome stamp set. But I wanted to show you a few other ideas. So here is this idea. This one I saw kind of simple. I was looking for some inspiration, and I was kind of inspired by a layout that Jackie Bow hosted, Clomper Stamper in the US. So once again, I used that Bright Designer Series paper. I stuck to that. I believe I colored him a blueberry, and I did my pizza. So this one I kind of did like more like burnt. So there is one there. Then this one was a case for my good friend Mary Nabe in the US, Stampin' Piece with Mary. I was like, I really need an idea of how to use the pizza slices, and I loved how she did it. So I cased her idea. So thanks, Mary, for your inspiration. And then last night I made a project with my team. So every Tuesday night I go live with my Facebook group with my team, and we always chat about things that are happening in Stampin' Up, things that are happening in our team, and then I always end with a project. So this is a fancy fold. I used that as Poppy Parade from that Brights DSP. Once again, I stamped that checkered, make it look like he's in an old-fashioned diner or pizza place. And I did gray and Poppy Parade, and I did the little bit of speckling, and then it says, you've got a pizza of my heart. So like, you got a piece of my heart, but you got a pizza of my heart. So then you would open it like this, and then you would open it like this. Now, I would actually put like a 4 by 5 1/4 insert in here, so you wouldn't see that. But I just thought, how cute is that as a fun little gift card? Like, you could totally put your gift card in there. But I think, isn't that fun? People would love that. So I hope I have inspired you with the supremely awesome, let's move these over here. The supremely awesome stamp set. As I said, this stamp set is retiring. It is leaving us at the end of April. April 30th is when the annual catalog is done. But it's while supplies last. So if I was you, I would order it sooner than later if you want to keep this one in your stash. I think this is a keeper. You definitely don't want to get rid of this one. It's one of those sets that you probably will hold on to for a very long time. You could use it for scrapbooking. You could use it for birthdays, thank yous. There's so much you could do. Making invitations to a pizza party. Yeah, I just think there's lots that you could do with this. So, I hope I've inspired you with this pizza stamp set. I'm actually going to move these over just a minute. There we go. I hope I've inspired you with these pizza stamp sets, the pizza stamp set, and that you will consider adding it to your stash. But remember, go purchase it now. It's going to retire soon, and you don't want to miss out. It's one you want to keep in your stash. I'm sure my teammates will be keeping this one. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me tonight on this Facebook Live. I hope you've enjoyed our creative projects, and I will be back next Wednesday night. I don't know what we're doing next week. I haven't had a chance to look. I need to look through my catalog and see what's carrying over and all that. So it'll be a surprise. Maybe Easter, because Easter's project's around the corner. Maybe last minute Easter gift ideas that you could put on your table. I don't know. I'll figure it out on the weekend. But anyways, you're going to want to join me back next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern so we can have our next crafty session. Make sure you tell all your friends so they can join us. It's like you're sitting here in my craft room creating with me. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, everyone.